Hey everyone, it's Eric from Courtsiders. James Harden got traded to the Brooklyn Nets, and the Nets basically played a game tonight versus the Knicks, which they won with about 8 people. And it's just a weird situation. I think today is, you know, you have Caris LeVert going to Indiana. You have Jarrett Allen going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You'll also have Victor Oladipo going to the Houston Rockets, along with like 8 draft picks from the Brooklyn Nets. The Houston Rockets also get like Rodion Cruz, Dante Exum, and I believe Torian Prince. I'm pretty sure. Um, but yeah, that's the trade basically. I don't know if that's a good haul for James Harden, but I think with the situation that Houston was in, they sort of didn't have an option, I think, at this point. The interview yesterday was kind of, I think it was like the last basic strike against James Harden. I think they gave him all the chances in the world. Kind of feel bad for Silas over there. I know it's his first year and there's a lot of complications there, but you have John Wall there still, and in all honesty, John Wall this year has really looked good. Like coming off of that Achilles injury, we didn't really know what to expect. But honestly, he looks like he's back to kind of that all-star level production from him. And there's been a couple of moves that he's made that just athletically have surprised me. So, the Houston Rockets kind of just got a lot of draft picks. I think their future, it's definitely a more positive outlook on their future because you have all these like first round picks. So I think there's a lot of ways they could go about it. I think they could also still flip Victor Oladipo. Um, but yeah, it's a sad day I think because like we drafted Caris LeVert late in the first round from Michigan. We developed him. He got hurt a couple times, but he came back from it, and he's developed into a really really productive player. Right? It's really fun to watch him play. And for Jarrett Allen, the same thing. It's like we drafted him late first round, and we watched him develop as a player. And yeah, now he's one of the best, I think, rebounders in the NBA, and he has a bright future ahead of him. He's super young. He's like 21. I think he turned 22 this year. Actually, not quite sure about that. I don't have numbers in front of me, but he's been a nice development over these few years, and I'm definitely gonna miss watching Caris LeVert and Jarrett Allen on the Brooklyn Nets, as well as other people, like Torian Prince, Rodion Cruz. But Jarrett Allen and Caris LeVert, like, it's gonna be tough not seeing them on the team. I know James Harden is now a Brooklyn Net, and he kind of, it's just part of the business, I guess. I think as a fan, it kind of sucks because you see those players develop, homegrown players develop, and you're kind of excited for their future, right? And I have no doubt that Caris LeVert can blossom into something bigger in Indiana, and I actually like how they're playing offensively, and I think that he could really just blend in and take that Victor Oladipo kind of role for Indiana. And I like how their coach Nate is coaching. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for that. With Cleveland, that's the one I'm worried about with Jarrett Allen. I don't want them to kind of like stunt his growth in a way. It's very heavy on centers and power forwards there, right? So I'm actually not quite sure what they're gonna do with Jarrett Allen, but I think would I rather have Drummond with his salary or Jarrett Allen? I think Jarrett Allen is younger, kind of does things that Drummond does, and I think he actually is a little bit better defender on the perimeter and can switch better. So it's like, all right, like what do you do if you're Cleveland? He's a restricted free agent, so he's gonna get paid and this at the end of this year. and it's almost like, yeah, I don't know what to expect for. He's gonna get paid, Jarrett Allen. So I'm happy for him. It's just I can't say I'm happy. I can't say I'm sad. I think I'm pretty neutral on it at the moment. I just have to see how James Harden's gonna look. It's James Harden. Either way, he's gonna make. You know, he's gonna get to the line like 10 times. He's probably gonna have like 25 points, and I don't think there'll be a problem with Kevin Durant at all. I think with Russell Westbrook, it's just a little strange with Russell Westbrook because Westbrook is really ball dominant and he can't really shoot well, right? So I think there's a little bit of too much of a contrast between him and James Harden. I think that's why it didn't work out in Houston. Obviously, there were other variables there, but I think with Kevin Durant, he'll mesh well. Kevin Durant, he could shoot, he could pass, he could shoot on three levels, basically, like, 3-pointer, mid range, and at the rim. So I don't think they'll have a problem. I think also Brooklyn is probably wondering about Kyrie Irving. I think it's just been a weird couple of weeks, and at this point, he's played the same amount of games Kevin Durant has, not including this game tonight versus the Knicks. So they played basically 7 games each. I have no idea what's going on with him, but hopefully he comes back, and if he does, then it'll be even more exciting. If he doesn't, I think if you have Harden and Kevin Durant, you still can compete at a high level in the East or the West. So kind of excited about that. Obviously, there's some familiarity with Mike D'Antoni there, and yeah, I think that's like it's gonna be interesting, man. I just don't know how to feel, but yeah, that's all. Peace.